All right, guys, we're going to talk about how to scale our rope climb progression today. What we're going to work on first is the pull to stand. It's the first step, and this is what's going to help us develop the upper body strength that we need to go up the rope. Now, depending on our current upper body strength capacity, we can use as much assistance or as little assistance as we need from our legs for this. So what we could start off with here is using more assistance from our legs. So my knees are bent, and then as I start to stand, I use the strength of my legs and my arms to stand back up. And on the descent, I'll bend my knees again, come hand under hand, keeping my stomach nice and tight the entire time, and lower until I reach the ground. So that's step number one. And as our upper body strength develops more, we can start moving our feet out further, and eventually we'll try to reach that point where our feet are out in front of us and this pull is made by the majority of our upper body strength. That's step number one. Step number two, hanging from the rope. Again, this depends on where our current capacity is upper body strength wise. To start off, we can start with keeping 1 foot or even 2 feet on the ground, taking as much weight off of our legs as needed by coming onto your toes and straightening our arms. We can hold there for as long or as short as needed. We could go to one leg, or we could point one leg, or we could even bring our feet slightly off of the ground. And then there's a very small distance needed if our feet come back down. That's step number one. And again, we'll build up to that and progress that as much as your upper body strength allows. After that, we'll grab onto the rope and bring our feet out, arms straight, and dangle. Again, we can do this for as long or as short as we need, depending on where our upper body strength currently lies. Now, to work on how we move our feet up and down the rope, we can use the box. And the first step is going to be, just like we talked about in our other rope climb progression, is what happens with our feet. So our feet will stay on the side of the rope like this. We'll crisscross them. Dominant foot should be the one that's tracking the inside, and non-dominant should be tracking the outside. And from here, we'll lean back and try to bring our feet to our hands. We don't want to go too far back, obviously, and fall off of the box, but we want to go as far back as we can safely bring our feet up towards our hands. From there, we'll practice wrapping our feet. So again, we'll start here, grab the rope, bring our feet up, lean back, and then work on wrapping our feet like this. And depending on where we are in the skill development of this, if we have the upper body strength, we can then come off of the box. Again, watching and making sure that the box is not super, super close to us. And again, this is for maybe those athletes that have a lot of the prerequisite upper body strength already to hang on to the rope for a long period of time, but are working on that, on hooking the rope. If we're still newer in developing the upper body strength, definitely don't want to be hanging on this rope under our own power just right away. So from there, again, we can just work on wrapping, bringing our knees together, and coming back down. And from there, a couple of things to think about. We can, for those of us that may just want to work on our footwork for the workout, we can jump up on the rope, wrap our feet, and then do one pull. 1,